In this video, we're going to be breaking down Luffy's form theories. Let's get started with the video. Rumble Ball Enhancement Theory. Chopper's little yellow pill might be the key to Luffy's next power-up. The Rumble Ball Enhancement Theory suggests that Tony Chopper could create a specialized drug to amplify Luffy's Gear 5 transformation, or even unlock entirely new forms. This theory has gained serious traction in the fandom, and when you look at what Chopper has already accomplished with his pharmaceutical genius, it starts making a lot of sense. What Rumble Balls actually do. Chopper invented something that fundamentally changed how devil fruits work. The Rumble Ball, MB, a small yellow pill that distorts the wavelength of a devil fruit user's biochemistry. Through this invention, Chopper became the first person in history to artificially augment devil fruit powers. The drug unlocks transformations beyond the standard 3 forms that every Zoan user possesses. For Chopper, who ate the human fruit, this meant accessing forms like guard point, horn point, arm point, and jumping point. Each form emphasized different aspects of his reindeer and human physiology. Guard point turned his fur into an impenetrable defensive shield. Horn point gave him massive antlers for ramming attacks. Arm point bulked up his arms for devastating punches. Jumping point enhanced his legs for incredible leaping ability. But the real game changer was Monster Point. Originally, consuming 3 Rumble Balls within 6 hours would trigger this transformation. Monster Point combined every aspect of Chopper's other forms into one massive, devastating package. He'd grow to the size of a giant, towering over most humans. His strength increased exponentially. The problem was he'd lose all consciousness and control, becoming a rampaging beast that attacked everything in sight. Monster Point was terrifying for everyone involved. When Chopper first discovered this form accidentally, he nearly destroyed an entire village on Drum Island. During the Enies Lobby arc, Chopper used Monster Point as a desperate last resort against CP9 agent Kumadori. He annihilated Kumadori easily, but then went berserk and put his own crewmates in danger. Frankie had to throw him into the ocean to stop the rampage. The transformation drained Chopper completely, leaving him paralyzed from exhaustion for hours. 2 years of training changes everything. The 2-year time skip transformed Chopper's relationship with his Rumble Balls completely. Training in the Torino Kingdom, Chopper mastered his physiology. He learned to access all his transformation points without needing Rumble Balls at all. The only transformation that still required a Rumble Ball was Monster Point, but even that changed dramatically. Chopper refined the drug so that 1 Rumble Ball would activate Monster Point for 3 minutes with full consciousness and control. When the Straw Hats reunited at Sabaody Archipelago, Chopper demonstrated his new mastery. He entered Monster Point with only 1 Rumble Ball and maintained complete control. His crewmates were shocked and delighted. The Doctor, who had been part of the Weakling trio, now had a transformation that could handle serious threats. Then came one of the strangest partnerships in One Piece. After the Straw Hats defeated Caesar Clown on Punk Hazard and took him prisoner, the mad scientist developed an unexpected interest in Chopper's research. Caesar volunteered a formula to extend the Rumble Ball's duration tenfold. Together, they created an improved Rumble Ball that utilized gigantification effects. The result was spectacular. Monster Point could now last 30 minutes instead of 3 minutes. That's a massive upgrade. 30 minutes gives Chopper actual staying power. During the Onigashima raid in Wano, Chopper used this extended Monster Point to battle Queen the Plague, and even landed powerful strikes against an opponent who should have been completely out of his league. But the improved formula came with new side effects. After Monster Point expires, Chopper reverts to a shrunken version of Brain Point that looks simultaneously aged and infantile. Fans call it Baby Geezer, and he's completely powerless in this form for about 15 minutes. The Bepo breakthrough. Everything changed with Chapter 1081. Trafalgar Law and the Heart Pirates had just left Wano when they ran straight into an ambush by the Blackbeard pirates. The battle was brutal and one-sided. Blackbeard's crew tore the Polar Tang submarine in half. Law himself was defeated, lying wounded, while Blackbeard prepared to steal the Op no Mi. Then Bepo remembered something. The polar bear Mink recalled an exchange with Chopper before leaving Wano. Chopper had given him medicine, a prototype with no guaranteed effects. Bepo consumed the drug and transformed into his Sulong form without a full moon in the sky. That moment was huge. Sulong is the Mink tribe's ultimate transformation, achievable only when looking at a full moon. Chopper had somehow created a drug that bypassed the moon requirement entirely. Bepo's Sulong form was powerful enough to knock back Blackbeard, one of the emperors of the sea. He grabbed the wounded Law and escaped by diving into the ocean. If Bepo hadn't taken that drug, Law would have died. This proved something critical. Chopper can create transformation-enhancing drugs for beings other than himself. The medicine worked on Bepo's innate Mink abilities, not on a devil fruit. It unlocked latent power without needing the usual conditions. The Sulong drug didn't give Bepo new powers. It gave him access to his existing power without the typical requirements. Applying the science to Luffy. Now take everything we know about Rumble Balls and apply it to Luffy. His devil fruit is the Hito no Mi model Nika, a mythical Zoan that grants the properties of the legendary sun god. Gear 5 is the awakened form of this fruit. It gives Luffy cartoon physics, the ability to rubberize his environment, and physical abilities that surpass anything from his previous gears. Gear 5 combines characteristics of both Paramecia and Zoan awakenings. Luffy can rubberize his environment, grabbing lightning bolts and using them as weapons, turning the ground into a trampoline. But Gear 5 also enhances Luffy's physical abilities to enormous levels and gives him a transformation state, which are Zoan awakening traits. The power is incredible, but it comes with serious drawbacks. Gear 5 drains Luffy's energy at an alarming rate. During his battle with Kaido, he had to restart the transformation multiple times because he ran out of stamina. After using Gear 5, Luffy visibly ages, his body appearing decades older from the exhaustion. He becomes completely drained, unable to move or fight. The only way to recover quickly is by eating massive amounts of food. There's also the personality shift. When Luffy enters Gear 5, he becomes more carefree and playful even in serious situations. Some of this might be the Nika fruit's influence. The world government spent 800 years trying and failing to obtain the Nika fruit. They theorized this was due to the fruit having its own will. What a Nika Rumble Ball could do. Imagine Chopper creating a Rumble Ball specifically designed for Luffy's Mythical Zoan. The possibilities fall into several categories. First, duration extension. If Chopper could create a drug that extends Gear 5's duration from a few minutes to 30 minutes or longer, that would be a massive upgrade. Luffy could maintain his most powerful form for entire battles without the transformation cutting out at critical moments. Second, energy efficiency. The Rumble Ball could potentially reduce the metabolic drain of maintaining Gear 5. This wouldn't just let him stay in Gear 5 longer, it would reduce the brutal exhaustion and aging effects afterward. Luffy could use Gear 5 and still have energy left to keep fighting. Third, power amplification. Caesar's improved Rumble Ball made Monster Point stronger through gigantification properties. A similar enhancement for Gear 5 could push Luffy's already ridiculous abilities even further. His punches could hit harder, his giant transformations could grow larger, his cartoon physics could bend reality even more. Fourth, and most interesting, is unlocking additional transformation points. Chopper's Rumble Balls gave him access to 7 different forms beyond his standard 3 Zoan transformations. Luffy, with a Mythical Zoan fruit that's far more complex than Chopper's regular Zoan, should logically have even more transformation potential, waiting to be discovered. Maybe a defensive form that emphasizes rubbery durability. Maybe an agility form combining stretching with enhanced speed. The Rumble Ball could unlock these variants without requiring years of training. The Mythical Zoan factor. Mythical Zoan fruits are fundamentally different from regular Zoans. They're the rarest devil fruit type, and they grant abilities beyond simple animal transformations. Marco's Phoenix fruit lets him generate healing blue flames. Kaido's Azure Dragon fruit gives him control over fire, wind, lightning, and clouds. Sengoku's Buddha fruit enhances his physical abilities and generates shockwaves. Every Mythical Zoan has powers that resemble paramecia abilities layered on top of the Zoan transformation. The Nika fruit follows this pattern perfectly. Gear 5 gives Luffy cartoon physics and environmental manipulation, combined with enhanced physical capabilities and transformation state of a Zoan awakening. If Mythical Zoans are more complex than regular Zoans, they should have more complex transformation possibilities. Chopper achieved 7 forms with his regular human fruit. Luffy's Mythical Zoan might have transformation potential that makes Chopper's 7 forms look simple by comparison. The Rumble Ball could be the pharmaceutical key that unlocks that potential. Narrative setup and character arc. Oda doesn't introduce elements randomly. When he showed Chopper giving Bepo that Sulong drug right as the series enters its final saga, that was deliberate setup. That moment established that Chopper's pharmaceutical abilities extend beyond his own devil fruit. The groundwork is laid, the precedent is set. There's beautiful narrative symmetry to this theory. Chopper joined the crew as the doctor, explicitly not a fighter. His role has always been support, healing injuries, creating medicine, keeping the crew healthy. But what if Chopper's greatest contribution isn't healing wounds after battle? What if it's creating the drug that allows his captain to push beyond current limits and defeat the final enemies? Imagine the moment. Luffy in a desperate battle against Emu or Blackbeard. Gear 5 pushed to its limits and fading. Luffy aging rapidly as the side effects hit. Then Chopper runs up, holds out that little yellow pill, and says with complete confidence, "Luffy, trust me." Luffy, without hesitation, pops it in his mouth, and Gear 5 roars back stronger than before. That scene would encapsulate everything One Piece represents. Nakama trusting each other completely. The doctor saving the strongest fighter through medical knowledge. Science and willpower combining to overcome impossible odds. Chopper, who spent his life before the crew feeling worthless, becoming the crucial factor in achieving their ultimate dream. Scientific plausibility and risks. Within One Piece's world, this theory is scientifically plausible. Caesar Clown proved that Devil Fruit powers can be artificially enhanced through chemistry. Vegapunk created artificial Devil Fruits and decoded how Devil Fruits grant their powers. Chopper has studied under great teachers and collaborated with Caesar, absorbing knowledge from a genius who rivaled Vegapunk. But a Nika Rumble Ball wouldn't be consequence-free. Every power-up in One Piece comes with costs. Gear 2 shortens Luffy's lifespan. Gear 4 leaves him unable to use Haki afterward. Gear 5 causes extreme exhaustion. A Rumble Ball would likely have its own side effects. In a minus, maybe worse exhaustion similar to Chopper's Baby Geezer form. Maybe limits on how often it can be used. Maybe risks of amplifying the Nika Fruit's influence on Luffy's consciousness. There's also risk that enhancing Gear 5 artificially could be dangerous in unexpected ways. Devil Fruits have wills, especially Mythical Zoans. The Nika Fruit avoided capture for 800 years. Forcing it beyond natural limits through pharmaceutical means might trigger consequences nobody predicts. The Rumble Ball Enhancement Theory divides fans. Supporters love it for giving Chopper a major endgame role and continuing Oda's foreshadowing patterns. Critics dislike it for feeling like a shortcut that undermines themes of hard work and determination. They want Luffy to earn strength through training, not pills. Whether this specific theory proves correct remains to be seen, but the discussions around it highlight what makes One Piece special. Fans engage deeply with mechanics, extrapolate from established rules, and create elaborate theories. These keep the community active between chapters and enrich the experience of following the series. The theory is popular because it makes logical sense based on what we know, would give Chopper a satisfying character moment, and would address Gear 5's limitations unexpectedly. Whether it happens exactly as theorized or Oda takes a completely different approach, Chopper's Rumble Ball research will continue playing a role in the story. That little yellow pill represents too much narrative potential to remain limited to just Chopper and Bepo. Only Oda knows if this theory will become reality, but fans will keep speculating until the final chapter reveals the truth. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying this breakdown.